Good morning, staff. I hope you are having a great day so far. I had to come in here to the school for just a few things this morning and making announcements here. We'll be heading back home to work remotely here very soon. But just wanted to do a staff update today and say, first of all, welcome back to spring break. I hope you had a good week last week and had an opportunity to relax a little bit and turn things off a little bit last week. I know it's been very stressful over the last few weeks trying to worry about moving into this remote learning phase and taking care of everything at home at the same time. For some of you with children in particular, I know it's been really challenging to become a homeschool parent as well as a remote learning teacher all at the same time. And you've done it with such grace that I'm super impressed, and I just want to say thank you to that. We are moving into phase 4 of the remote learning plan today. As we discussed right before spring break in my last announcement, don't worry too much about that. Basically what it means is we're going to move from 45 minutes of work per day to 90, or instead of 90 per week, 180. Same format, Mondays and Wednesdays, first, second block, Tuesdays and Thursdays, third and fourth block. But instead of 45 minutes per day, 90 minutes per week, we're going to 90 minutes per day, 180 minutes per week. So still very reasonable amount of time for the students to be participating in their events, in their activities, but nonetheless giving you a little more time to start covering those standards. Do want to continue to focus on the essential power standards that you and your PLCs have identified at the beginning of the year when we started that process, but certainly what you've decided and talked about here over the last few weeks, making sure we're only concentrating on those. We're not going to be able to cover everything. We don't have enough time, but we do want to try to make sure we cover the most important things. All right, just continuing to work on improving T4 grades for students. Remember, there's really probably going to end up being a hold harmless kind of clause put into all of this when it's all said and done. We don't have all the final answers yet. Obviously, we don't even know whether or not we're coming back to school on May 18th. That's the plan. That's what the governor has said. But there's a lot of speculation out there that we won't be able to do that. And again, all of that is just speculation. So just make sure that you understand we don't know that answer yet. And so right now we're just proceeding over the next 4 weeks in this phase 4 of the remote learning plan, and we'll see what happens from there. Tons of questions associated with whether or not we return to school on May 18th. If we return to school, a lot of things can go on as normal. If we don't return to school on May 18th, then we'll have to make a lot of adjustments to a lot of things. But again, probably looking at a hold harmless, meaning whatever the grade was at the end of T4 is probably not going to be able to go down from there. There may be provisions where students can go up, though, depending on their participation in this phase 4 of the remote learning plan. So one of the things that we need you to do very, very meticulously is track who is participating and how much, how often, the rate of participation of your students beginning today. So that can look like a roll sheet if you want it to. Certainly can be tracked in PowerSchool for sure. It's not really attendance necessarily, but it is participation. Students who participate in some districts' remote learning plan, they are telling students that their grades can improve with participation in the remote learning plan. That's not necessarily what UCPS has said, but they have said we want you to track student participation. So come up with a method for that. You don't need to share it with me or anything like that. You're still in charge of your class, but we are asking you to track participation. Continue to let assistant principals know through the student help desk tickets of students who are not participating, especially students who are not passing at T4 and need to get that T4 grade up. So your charge is, 1, you're starting phase 4 today. 2, you're still looking at improving the T4 grade, especially students who were not passing at T4. That's all students, 9 through 12. No official answer on 9 through 11 yet, but we think that could be something they do. And track participation going forward. Don't forget, we got Tech Thursday starting. We started that right before the break, but Mr. Duke and I will be up here on Thursday helping students with hotspots, helping students with computer issues, with charger issues. Tell them, please, if they communicate to you that they need help, to put in a student help desk ticket and plan on being at Forest Hills sometime between 8 and 10 on Thursday to get an updated Chromebook or an updated charger, or if they need a hotspot. Those help desk tickets are going to Mr. Duke, and then he's farming those out to Ms. Kiker if need be for hotspot improvement. Learning and engagement and communication are the most important things right now. So just make sure you understand that we really want students to continue to learn. We don't want them to be behind when this remote learning phase is over, whether that be returning to school now or sometime in August. We don't want them to be any further behind in their learning than they need to be. So engagement, communication, and learning still very, very important. All right, one note to you right before break, or actually right as break started, I put out an email to you with employment intention forms. And so I need those back from employees so that I can start planning for staffing for next year. I dearly hope that each and every one of you is coming back to Forest Hills, but I do understand things change for some of us, and the form is not binding anyway. Just because you're telling me you intend to look for a position somewhere else doesn't mean you'll find that, and doesn't mean that I'll hold that against you. I've said it year after year after year that my goal is for everybody to stay. So if you look for a job and you can't find what you're looking for and you stay, nobody's going to be happier about that than me. But it does let me know what I need to plan for next year. So please fill out that intention form. I sent it to you right before break. I think it was actually on Good Friday when I sent it to you. Just make a copy, change the name of the form to have your name in it, and just reshare it back to me so I can check you off my list and begin to use that for planning. All right, I think that's all. I just want to make sure I say to you, we're harping on communication with our students and taking care of our students, and want to make sure we know that we're here to help you too. If you've got anything that you need from us, please, please, please reach out to us. Assistant principals are working their tails off right now. I've got office staff working their tails off trying to get a hold of students, and I know we've still got some that have ghosted on us, but we're just going to keep working at it. We're not going to give up on anybody. Going to continue to try and find these students and get them back engaged with us. There's a lot of this is happening everywhere, not just at Forest Hills. It's happening everywhere that we're having students that are hard to track down. So we're here for you, though. If you need anything, let us know personally. Anything, just let us know. We're here for you. Call me, 704-877-9882. Call me if you need me. All right, that's all I've got for you now. Talk to you later in the week.